If that's my husband and my sister going at it and she's drunk,
Yeah.
if she's in the wrong, I'm going to set her straight real quick, real fast.
Yes.
I'm going to set her straight real quick, real fast. But if you watch that video, anytime, the only time she stepped in was when he grabbed her leg. She stepped in real quick, like, don't touch my sister.
Yes.
And then back right up out the way, like, okay, girl, now go ham on him again. Exactly. He did something.
She had something. She had a reason. There was a reason for that, and I'm just waiting for that reason. I want to know why.
Well, did you see they have very good publicists that tried to fix it up today. They posted and said. They said what is it? They said, oh, Jay-Z had decided to go to the after party, Rihanna's after party. That's why they took separate cars.
Okay.
And Beyonce didn't want him to go to the car. That's why she was mad and kind of didn't say a lot. And Solange said that she said, why are you going to the after party? And then that's when they were saying, well, when she looked at Beyonce, like, why are you going to let your man do it? But I'm sorry, that's malarkey, because all that happened after she done punched and kicked and knocked him out.
Yeah,
ma'am.
Yeah.
The publicist said, do better, boo, do better. I was like, no, ma'am. And then the game, when they went to the game, you saw it all on her face. She was livid. She didn't want to be there. Girl, bye. This is like, it must be touched on.
I hope not. I really hope not. They make a beautiful, beautiful couple.
They're not going nowhere because, you know, Solange went on Instagram and deleted 80% of her pictures with B.
Yes.
She living with B because B not leaving.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, and Craig was like, well, why is she mad? I don't understand why she's mad. I said, Craig, as a sister, I said, if my sister was having problems with her husband, first issue, when he found out about it, I would be like, shame on him. Second time you found out about it, you still with him, boo, is shame on you. I said, she mad at her sister because she let her sit there and take it. Girl, bye. This is good. It's like if this conversation was meant to happen today. I was excited. I said, ooh.
You were waiting
for it right before the chat.
The right timing.
Yes.
Hold on. If I am not mistaken, I am looking up at the right-hand corner of my screen, and it says that we are live. So I'm just going to go ahead. No, it's cool because I'm going to do the intro in reverse. That right here on Entwine Couture presents the VA Ends Guide to All Things Fierce, Flying Fabulous. We cannot wait to get started with this week's hot topics. So we're going to jump right in. Hi, I'm your host, Brittany Oniki, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Loving this spring weather, and I am so excited to have on the panel Mama Day, who's back with us, and we have a new vlogger with us who goes by the name of Fabulous Beauty Queen.
Hi, everyone.
She hails from Miami, Florida, and I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves. We'll get right back into Hot Topics, and I believe we have another panelist who will be joining us shortly. So, ladies, say hi to the people.
Hi, you guys. My name is Sophia. You guys know me as Fabulous Beauty Queen, and I am a YouTube vlogger. Everything hair, natural hair, hair care maintenance, hairstyles, everything that has to do with natural hair. My last perm was in December of 2010, and I actually big chopped 6 months after, which that was in June of 2011. So I'm currently 4 years without relaxing, and I'm going to be it's coming up already, my anniversary, my 3 or 4 year anniversary for doing the big chop. So I'm very, very happy how my hair has grown. If you see my YouTube videos from the past to how my hair is now, you'll see how it has thrived. And I get wonderful information through all of you YouTubers and vloggers out there, and it's just amazing. It's a beautiful community, an awesome community.
I agree. I second that motion. Mama Day, I just want to say to all you guys out there who watches, Mama Day and I finally met in person at the World Hair Show back at the end of April. A beautiful spirit. She has lovely, lovely daughter. Pleasure meeting the entire family. So now I feel like we're best friends. So,
Yes.
hey, girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Look, I couldn't wait to say that. I was like, hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Yes, Brittany, I enjoy it. Okay, let me get to the makeup news first of all. She was divalicious in the outfit one. She is a fashionista. Girl, bye. I love that outfit when I met you. Two, she is freaking beautiful. Online, man. If y'all watching, y'all need to get up with that.
Uh-oh.
She is freaking beautiful. Look, the good online man, not the bad ones.
The good one. The good one.
Okay, well, hi guys. My name is Mama Day. I'm a natural. Obviously, I'm natural. I am actually 4 years natural. I had my napiversary last Sunday. I cut my hair on Mother's Day, so I am 4 year natural. I'm excited now. You know, I have dyed and amplified my hair, so I went through a little bit of drama. But I like my channel is about my failures, my faults, what I've learned, and how I've grown it. And now I'm on this healthy journey. I haven't really been on a hair growth journey because I've been trying to fix my issues that I have. But now that I finally fixed them, I've learned my natural hair. I'm now on this growth journey. So this year I've started a growth journey after my napiversary, and I'm excited because my name's Mama Day, and my girls went on this natural journey with me, and I'm loving it because they're learning how to accept their hair, love their hair, and it's a beautiful journey, and I just love it.
It is.
All right, so once again, we're going to take it from the top. This is the BAN's Guide to All Things Fierce, Fabulous, and Fly. We're going to come to you at the top of the show with a couple of hot topics. Now, we're going to come back to, what are they calling it, Cardigate? We're going to come back to Cardigate.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to start off our hot topics with some issues that are near and dear to the African-American community, some involving self-esteem and beauty, and some involving seriousness. And we're talking about the kidnapping of girls in Nigeria. So I'm going to update you. This is as of yesterday. I was on a couple of sites, being NPR, CNN, Al Jazeera, and the Washington Post. So from searching those sites, the update is as follows. So of the over 300 girls who were abducted by Boko Haram, which is a militant Muslim group in Nigeria, 53 of the girls apparently have managed to escape, and apparently a video that shows them either they've all been converted to Islam or they've been forced to dress in Islamic garb. But apparently 53 of them have been able to escape, but unfortunately that means that there are 276 that are still being held hostage. As for our government's intervention, the United States has sent a team of technical experts to search for them, and they are conducting surveillance flights over Nigeria and considering the deployment of drones to the region. So my first question for you guys is, do you feel that the United States is doing enough to ensure that the girls are returned unharmed?
I believe they're doing the best that they can. I believe there are certain protocols, rules, and regulations that take place into. Then they just can't go in there and do what they want to do and bring these girls out. I believe that there's there's a regimen, there's a protocol that has to be done. But from what they're doing, as far as putting it out there in the media, as you just finished saying, they're having the looking for them. They're doing a great job doing that. But as far as going in hardcore and getting these girls, I believe there's a certain protocol to do that, and that deals with the Nigerian government as well.
I'm gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna be the opposite, and I'm gonna say no. No, I mean, I love Michelle, and I'm very proud that Michelle stood up and finally said something and said that we're going to help. But my problem is, you can talk a good game. I feel like my nieces are taken. Those are my nieces. I love African culture because African culture, no matter who you are, what your family is, children call them your auntie, your uncle, or your aunt. You know, you call them your niece or your nephew if you're not even related to them. And 270 some nieces are missing, and I want my nieces to go home. And I feel like, sending a drone, sending if they had oil, it would be a whole freaking troop.
Yes.
Can I get an amen? Let's touch it. Let's be real
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
If they had oil, it would be no question. There would be troops there all up and down. But because they can't give us anything, we can't help them. And I'm sorry, I'm a little hurt by this because I really think it shouldn't be about money. I think it really should be about helping them and being what America is really representing, and we're not representing. And we're getting a bad name about it. And I just want everybody to know that is not what America believes. We think we want our nieces back.
We want our nieces back, but we also have to keep in mind that this has been happening for many years. They have been taking girls as sex slaves, and it's not only in Africa neither; it's throughout the world. So it's bigger than what it's bigger than what it is. It really is.
Yeah,
I agree. I wanted to add that I think the other layer to this is that they're kidnapping educated girls. They are challenging the Western notion of education, and it is so sad that in Africa that women are not valued.
Yes.
And so I think, the other layer of that, besides just the terrorism and, the other political things, is just how we value women in society. And so this being a community and a channel for women about being, a badass natural and loving yourself, like, how do you guys feel about the generation of our nieces, of young girls who are going to come up after us? Do you feel that they are living in a society that values them for their mind, or just for their body, or for what they look like? And Mama Day, you have daughters, so speak to that. Because I know that my first instance was, wow, these girls are away at boarding school, and I know what a privilege that is in African cultures to go away to school. And so I don't think it was isolated. I think it was very strategic to take that group of girls, because they just don't want that group of girls to become strong, to become leaders, to become courageous, to challenge the status quo, to challenge government, to one day be in government and make really very real changes that need to happen to not only politics but also to society, to sexism, to all of those types of things. So what do you think about our nieces as they're coming up here in America or there? Like, what do you think their future is like?
I agree. I think they purposely did that. They're making a huge statement, and it hurts me. It hurts me because I have friends who are African, and from what they explained to me, that their cherry it's a treasure. That's something they don't give easily, and I feel as if I love that they stay with the be a good girl until it's time. And I feel like robbing them and taking them and making them this, they're taunting them, they're stripping them of their culture, they're stripping them of that gift, and they're doing it on purpose to break them down, to tear them up. And as a mother, I cry. As a auntie, I am crying, and I am pleading with Obama, straight up to you. I'm looking dead at you. I am pleading for you to do more. I'm begging you to do more, because it's, I want somebody to stop them, because she said this is not the first time they've done this. I want it to be a point. I want us to make the point. You can't do this. Mm-hmm. It is not your right to sit there and change somebody's culture, change their religion, because that's what you think you should do. And it's a genocide, and I want it to stop.
Mm-hmm. The sad thing about it is that there are educated women, girls actually, and they were going to school to become lawyers and doctors. And if by what I've been reading, they're being sold for $12 to the militants. For $12 to the militants. Mm. And they're not virgins no more. So with the religion that, like Mama Day was saying, they keep their virginity. How are men gonna get? How would they get married? Why would they get married? Men would not accept them because their virginity already has been taken from them.
That's true. And I have to jump on that too, because my friend told me when that first genocide happened, where they raped those women and the men watched their wives or their moms get raped, they did a movie about it, and this one husband, he left his wife, and the wife said, and it broke my heart, she said, well, I can understand why he did it, because I was raped and you can't go back for that. I'm like, but that was your husband, and he saw it wasn't your choice. But to them, once it's tarnished, it's tarnished. And those girls are tarnished tarnished. They have ruined their lives, and it just breaks my heart as a mother, as a woman. It just breaks my heart.
Yes.
Well, let's hope that maybe the U.S. government can do something like grant the girls amnesty or have them come here and start over, or maybe have a different life somewhere where the stigma is not so damaging to them, that they can still have a life and continue to be successful and educated and lawyers. Because it would break my heart for them to be traumatized 2 times over, to be kidnapped, and then to say now your life is over because you've been raped. Now no one wants you. Now what kind of life are they really going to have? And so let's just hope, let's put it out to the universe that these girls will come home safely, have their Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, use the hashtag bring back our girls. Let's actually use social media for something to implement change. I mean, how awesome would that be if this was our, 21st century civil rights movement, the way that, African Americans could use something as powerful as social media to rally around something and affect change. So if you're out there watching us, use the hashtag bring back our girls, and let's continue to pray for their safe return and capture.
Yes.
So as we're talking about beautiful Black girls, let's salute Lupita Nyong'o. She is People Magazine's most beautiful person of the year, and she's also the new face of Lancome Cosmetics. So thoughts? I mean, first I want to say Team Pixie, short hair don't care, right? So, as we're going into the top of this show where we go to hair topics, we're talking about how to get your hair ready for spring. And I know you want to stay tuned to what one of the #1 ways is to get your hair ready for spring, and this is a sneak peek. So what do you guys think about Lupita? What are your thoughts? You guys excited?
I'm proud. I'm so proud. I have to say, as a brown skinned girl, it literally brought a tear to my eye. I was so very proud. Her speech, if anyone has not heard that speech, I don't know what's wrong with you. That speech she gave broke me down, because it was always looked at that as I could always be pretty for a brown skinned girl, or oh, you're pretty to be so brown skinned. Why can't I just be beautiful for being beautiful? Why is it has to be a tone? Why do I have to be this brown skinned girl that's beautiful? And then for her to get that title, to me that was a win. That to me was a win. I was proud of it, and not just for brown-skinned girls, for all Black women, because we are beautiful. What they say about us is not true. We, in our own way, is beautiful. To me, it was a win for the Black women.
And she's now actually is going to influence our younger Black African American girls, brown, light brown, red bone, however you want to call it, dark skinned girls. She's gonna be the face. That's the new face now. That Black is beautiful, and you can tell that her beauty is not only from the outside; it's from the inner side. She's beautiful inside, very intellectual and very prepared, very smart, and it's just not the beauty in the outer, it's the beauty in the inner of that she brings outside. And that's what makes her more beautiful.
I agree, and I wanted to add to you saying that sometimes it just takes one face for one little girl who's sitting at home to go, hey, she looks like me. I never will forget when I got my first Black doll. And not that I didn't love my other dolls, but it's like, wow, this one I identify with. So hopefully in a world full of, Beyonce's and J-Lo's, now she has skin. What are your thoughts?
So proud.
I believe someone...
I have to say, as brown skin. Okay.
A little bit of technical difficulties, but no worries. I think we're back. We are back. So what was I saying? I was just saying that sometimes it just takes one face, one spokesperson, one actress, someone for young girls to identify with. And I love that she's a younger woman, because I do feel in the world of Rihanna's and Beyonce's and Nicki Minaj's that 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds, even the 8-year-olds that I work with on a daily basis, they have difficulty filtering through it. As an adult woman, I can listen to the ratchet, but I can decipher through it. And so I'm actually really encouraged that someone of her caliber, because I was going to run down some stats, she actually was educated at the Yale School of Drama. So that's high kudos.
Yes.
And she's also a film and music video producer. So she's not just in front of the camera, she's behind it. And so those of you, in case you don't know, Lupita Nyong'o won the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role for 12 Years a Slave. And that put her on the map. And she's now the new face of Lancome. She is rocking a beautiful faded short haircut.
Yes.
So there's no texturizer, there's no chemical in it. So if you guys are joining us and you're wondering, how to style your TWAs, and if you just did the big chop, Google her image and look at the way she's wearing her hair. She has beautiful cheekbones. She just wears a bright pop of color on the lip, and she's gorgeous. So do not let yourself be defined by length of hair. We talk about that every webisode. It's just hair. It'll grow, when it's meant to. Be patient. Don't compare yourself to others. So if you're rocking a TWA, just go ahead and rock it and be excited about it. So as we are talking about this world of Beyonce's and J-Lo, let's talk Cardigate 2014. Okay, I have to say, I did not want to talk about this, and I'm going to tell you why, but I'm going to let you guys jump in. As a once married woman, you know that marriages, they get tricky, relationships get tricky, and it just so happened that it was caught on camera, so now everyone's got an opinion. But there may have been a scuffle or two at the family barbecue, at the family reunion, but there was just a camera at your family barbecue or reunion. So with that being said, I am going to let Mom and Day catch everybody up in case you're sleeping under a rock or you just
Girl and go. Okay, so what it is, Solange, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Bodyguard were in the elevator. As soon as Jay gets in the elevator, Solange goes ham. First it starts with arguing, but she shows she is about that life. She goes straight thug, start punching, kicking, and the bodyguard looks like he's trying to hold her, but he ain't holding her. And I'm thinking, that girl's skinny, too big. Why can't you not hold this girl down? It's like he wanted her to give it to him. Beyonce is staying in the corner. The only time she jumps in is when he grabs her leg. Then Beyonce is like a big sister. Oh, no, ma'am, don't grab my sister. Puts him back. She picks up her dress and moves back out the way like, okay, round two, get him.
But can we talk about the way she just fixed her dress also? wait a minute. But wait. Honestly, aside from the fight, I had to watch it today because I'll be honest, I had not seen it. I was like, let them people be. Like, I've been married. It could be
anything.
It could be anything. And everybody was speculating, and I was like, oh, my God, that's so not fair. But when I saw it today for the show, I said, if she is not the epitome of a superstar diva, Diana Ross reincarnated, she said, she just also casually scooped up that dress, stood right back in the corner like, okay, we're in the 10th.
Like, what's next?
And now the 7th. Like nothing was happening.
But that leads me to believe that this has happened before. It just happened that day. So it's deeper than what it is.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
I think I do, as a woman, as a wife, and as a sister, I feel bad for her because she's literally in the middle.
For Solange or for Beyonce?
No, Beyonce. Beyonce. I mean, even if she is in the middle, and I'm a person, I don't believe in divorce, so I think you have to work through it. I think marriage is never going to be easy. If it was, everybody would be married.
That's right.
You're always going to have hills, mountain loops, and you have to stick together and fight through it. That's my personal belief. Yes. And so as a wife, I feel bad for her because I don't want her to lose her marriage. As a sister, I feel bad for her because I don't want her to lose her sister and cause this grip. She's already lost so much family as it is. And so it stinks, but girl, it's good drama for my life because I don't have drama. So this was great for me.
It actually bothered me. It really did, because that image that they put out there, which all celebrities really put images as they're perfect, like if their life is so perfect is out there. They keep their marriage so quietly, so private, and to actually see this explosion that we saw in the elevator, it bothered me a bit. It really did. I felt bad for Beyonce in a way, but knowing that there was something else. That there is something else going on behind that elevator situation.
I'll just say this. I think Solange is maybe 25 or 26 years old. She's young.
She's the youngest? Is she the youngest?
Yeah,
she's the youngest.
She's still in her 20s. So here's the first thing I said, right? Shout out to Brooklyn. I I said, what would make a 25-year-old woman, maybe she's a buck 25, take on a grown man, 41, 42, from Brooklyn? And not just part of Brooklyn, from the streets of Brooklyn. There was something going all the way down.
All the way. But before that,
she didn't just get in his face.
No.
She lifted up her foot twice to kick him, like, come hella high
water. She reached the target a couple times. She hit that target perfectly a couple times.
Yeah.
Come hella high water, she wanted to let Jay-Z know that whatever was going down, she was not having it, that she had had enough. And so that's the first thing that I saw. What would make you, because ladies, what would make you attack a grown man?
That's what
Anything? Like, what would make you swing on a dude? You know, so that's the first thing I saw. I was like, wait a minute. This is a grown man. And she is, like you said, about that life.
So, about that life.
I wish them, you know, the best. I think I will say, you know, I think maybe, I'm sure Beyonce knew who he was when she got married, and so it's one of those things where, ladies, if you're out there and you're single, all that glitters is not gold. Pay attention.
That's right.
Pay attention to who the man is. You know, pay attention to who he is, to what his actions are, and I'm not insinuating that Jay-Z did anything. I have no clue. I don't know.
I don't know neither.
I'm just saying, as
something
a woman,
sparked. Something happened. Something sparked.
Yeah, as a woman, I can't in my right mind conceive of what would make me swing on a man who's 6 feet tall. I can't even, unless maybe my children were being threatened. And other than that, that's all I could think.
And then that's your brother-in-law.
Right.
That's not even a stranger or a friend of a friend. That's your brother-in-law.
Right. So I think that there's probably definitely another story that's probably going to break, because now everyone's digging, right? So now, you know, all the media outlets are digging, so this is not going to go away. So unfortunately,
she put out pictures of her and her sister out in the media today. She put a few pictures of her and Solange.
But of course, that's all to keep the streets from talking.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course. Talking. So yeah, so I want to say hi to Karen. Karen James, she just sent a text to us. And what her comment is about Lupita Nyong'o, she says that she believes that Lupita's beauty is showing Hollywood that they cannot dictate what beauty is to us, the African-American community. Karen, I would totally agree with that. And I want you guys out there, again, use the hashtag Black Beauty Images on all of your pictures of your twist outs and your braid outs, your coils and your sister friends and your curl friends. Use that hashtag on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to keep the conversation going and to keep the pictures of natural hair, creativity, self-expression, African culture, Dominican culture, all of those wonderful, wonderful things. Keep them circulating. Keep positive things circulating using social media. If we can look at 1 million pictures of Kim K and Kanye, we can look at 1 million pictures of women who love themselves exactly the way they are. No chemicals, no weaves, no filters, right? Exactly. Yes. So, switching gears. Well, do you guys have any other hot topics? Because switching gears, we are waiting for a couple of guests to chime in. But until that happens, I would love to keep this conversation going. Do you guys have? How about you, Mom? Do you want to recap a little bit from the World Natural Hair Show?
Oh, that show was the best.
I saw the video.
Did you watch it? I had a good time. I had a really good time. I totally enjoyed myself. It was huge. I got to see a lot of my girlfriends. I was so excited. I had a really good time. It was amazing. I just loved it. There was just too much. It was a whole lot, but I enjoyed myself thoroughly. I got to meet tons of subbies, which I was so blown away by that. It was very humbling. I just couldn't believe people were like, Mama Day. I was like, what? You know me? I was like, it was so crazy, because to me, I just talked to a camera and looked crazy all day. So it was really nice for people to like recognize me. It was really nice. I enjoyed it.
Your intro is the bomb. I love it. I dance along.
Jasmine made that. Everybody loves that. Jasmine made that intro. YouTube, it's Mama Day.
I also had a blast. So all you guys out there watching us, I encourage you guys, the next time there's a show, I know there are 2 a year. I'm not going to speak too soon about whether Entwine is going to be there for the second one, but if we are, we will keep you up to date. definitely come check us out. There were people who came from all over, right, Mama Day? They were like driving.
Yes.
You had a bus load full of friends who came up, right? So
yes.
so it's really
It was nice.
it's a really big
It was.
parties everywhere around the city of Atlanta. Great places to eat, just new friends to meet. So definitely check us out next time we're at the hair show. I believe that Ken Birkin of Beautiful Steamers is joining us. Ken, can you hear me? Are you there? I see his avatar, if you will, has popped up. So when he patches in, ladies, at the next segment, we'll be talking to Ken Birkin. He is the owner of Beautiful. So if you guys don't know what that company is about, he's going to let you know. But just briefly, he makes hair steamers. We had talked about steaming maybe a couple shows back, and we had Elise from Hair Love Art Studio in Chicago on the show with us, and she just mentioned the benefits of steaming. It's a little bit different than a hooded hair dryer. It actually infuses water and small micro-ionic particles into the hair, which helps the hair retain up to 4 or 5 times more moisture than just using conditioner alone. It's an awesome product. I own one. And it also has a facial attachment, so it's a 2-for-1. So as a makeup artist, right, definitely letting you guys know that if you wear makeup, want to know about makeup, just want to take care of your skin if you're post 25, and if you also have natural hair, it is worth the investment. Save. Don't drink a latte once a week. Cut back on something. Get a polish change instead of a full-blown pedicure. Do what you have to do. Put your pennies in a jar. And I definitely would encourage you guys to invest in a steamer. So definitely when Ken comes back. Ken, are you there? Okay, still have no word from Ken, but when he's back on the show, we will go ahead and plug in with him. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up a new topic as we wait for Ken, because I don't want to, talk without him being on the show since he's one of our guests.
Yes.
You guys call in, type in with your questions. I want to talk about dating in this postmodern, social media-driven world.
Well, I've been married for July 3rd is going to be for 20 years.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
What now?
I've been married for 20. I'm going to be married for 20 years coming up July 3rd. And I haven't been in the dating arena for such a long time. I haven't had... So I really can't talk much about dating, except with my girls. I do implement that foundation to keep yourself structured, keep yourself neutral. Don't just go believing what every man says, because every man is gonna tell you, I love you, you're so beautiful, you're the best thing, that I want you so bad, or whatever the case might be. But with my girls, I'm always on top of them, talking to them, because my eldest, she's actually 15, and she's at an age where dating can happen. But in my home, I prefer to wait a little bit longer before she starts dating. So that's a strong foundation that we have in our home. I don't believe that a 15-year-old girl should be dating, really. She should be doing her studies, trying to get to where she has to go and to do her. So to be the woman that she's supposed to be, and to be in this world. So dating for my girls can wait a little bit longer. I have boys as well, so.
Okay. Are you gonna have a double standard, or is it gonna be the same age for both your boys and your girls?
Well, for my boys, they didn't have it as easy neither. I have 2 college boys, and dating actually, prom and 8th grade prom, wasn't a big thing. 12th grade, it was different because they were already 18 years old. It's not that it's a double standard, but women are, for my girls, I see them a little bit more fragile than the boys. So it's not that I'm doing it may be a double standard, or it doesn't, but there was still that foundation that if you are especially with the boys, if you are going to start dating, this is how you're supposed to treat a lady. This is how you're supposed to treat a woman. You have respect. If you're getting out the car, open up the door. If you are meeting her parents, yes sir, yes ma'am. So You know, it's a lot that goes into it. And children, you know, these days with so many things that's out there, you know, they have access to so many things. You know, it could be very confusing for them. But I believe that everything starts at home, having that foundation at home.
Not only is it confusing for 15-year-olds, it's confusing for little old me over here. So I was also married for a substantial amount of time. I was married for 10 years. I'm recently divorced, and getting back out in that arena, if there are any ladies out there, I would say that. Mama Day, I can hear you. Are you back?
I see you, Mama.
I hear you. Do you hear us?
Mama Day?
She'll be back.
Okay.
So, but what I was going to say is I think the number one thing is knowing what you want because you've had it, so you know what type of relationship you want, but now going back into an arena of singles who've never had that. That is my challenge. It's like I know what it takes to make a relationship work, and now I'm back, you know, it's almost like, you know, graduating college and going back to elementary school almost.
Yeah.
You know, having to be like, you know, the fact that my favorite color is purple and your favorite color is purple, honey, does not a good relationship make.
Exactly. It takes a lot to make a relationship work. A lot of dedication, a lot of commitment.
Exactly. And so I am so past that. And, you know, the small talk of what's your favorite color and this, that, and the third. It's like, honey, can we fast forward a little bit?
Finances, bills, jobs. How do you maintain your jobs? Employment. So many other things. So many, you know, more issues that goes into it.
Exactly. So I think I'm scaring a couple of the dudes away because I'm just very like running down the list. Like, where are we? Are you meeting me halfway? Like what's going on? So I think I had a guy actually tell me that I needed to be a little bit. What was the word that he used? I want to say he said subtle or vulnerable, but something to the fact that, you know, I was like too strong-willed and like too opinionated, and you need to let a man be a man. And I was like, honey, if you need my permission to be a man. You do not have nothing left to talk about. You do not need my permission.
I gotta jump on this one. I gotta jump on this one. Let me jump on this one now. Now, ladies, don't hate me, but
I love you.
I'm just gonna say, I think the black woman has gotten entirely too strong. I know I'm about to get a whole bunch of haterade, but this is my point. This is my point here. I want to say, we get so controlling, want to wear the pants, press the pants, make sure the pants look right, the pants are the right color, and then we look at the man like, well, what you gonna do? Well, we doing everything. We doing everything, and then we get mad and say, well, you don't step up. Well, I want you to take charge. Let him take charge. Let him step up. If he makes a mistake, let him learn the mistake so that he won't do it again, and so he'll know to do it right the right time. I think we mama our men too much. We treat them, we belittle them, and I hate to say it, we do belittle them. And I have to look back. So I'm a strong black woman. I'm an educated black woman. I work, you know what I mean? I make paper, but at the same day, my man is the head of my household. I'm domesticated. I cook him dinner. I clean my house. I make sure my children are taken care of. As long as he takes the trash out, he cuts the grass. Yes. That is the man. I let him do what he's supposed to do. He lets me do what I'm supposed to do. I just feel as I think women, we're too freaking strong. We can't be, You have to be a friend first. Stop looking for a relationship. I think that's my #1 rule is if you look for a relationship, you ain't going to never find it. You'll never find it.
There's no perfect man out there.
Yes, look for a friend, because I have to say I'm married to my best friend, and in August, me and my best friend will have been together 20 years. And I wasn't looking for love at all.
Really?
I wasn't looking for love at all. I wasn't looking to have no children. And child, he done locked me, stank me, got me popping with some kids out in the background.
But let's talk about the flip side. Let's talk about you are a woman of a certain age. You have never been married. You don't have any children. You're not going to find a relationship if you're sitting at home, if you don't go out and about and mix and mingle. So let's really look at whether or not you can schedule love into your life the way you schedule your manis and petties. What do you guys think? Because I have a friend who hasn't been married. She doesn't have children. She's of a certain age, and she's like, if I just go to work and go to the grocery store and come home, I'm not going to find anyone. So I do have to position myself to meet available men. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. I'm at Craig Club.
I agree. But you have to prepare yourself within first. You have to prepare yourself first, because what you put out there is what you're going to get. So if you were having wrong relationships before, and they kind of are within the same reasons why you guys broke up, then there's something within you that you have to check yourself and say, okay, what is it that I'm doing that's making me not be in a relationship where I want to be, in a stable relationship, not the kind of relationships that are out there these days, in a stable relationship. So it really takes up to look within yourself first. Find yourself. Be happy with yourself. Do you first. And then...
I agree with that. I think the one thing that I will say, having been married and then now looking for a relationship, and I spent a lot of time in between my divorce just being single. Ladies, even if you have never been married, you still have had relationships that may, have left you feeling some kind of way. Definitely make sure you process all of that out. There is nothing worse, and men can feel this energy. There's nothing worse than just being still bitter or angry or sarcastic or mistrusting or suspicious from the door. There's no reason for it. Every first date that I go on, I go with a smile. I go with the idea that this could be the most wonderful man that I've ever spoken to. I don't say, oh, I bet he's not this, or I bet he's not that, and what kind of job does he do? Because you're already setting a negative tone, and you're not giving the conversation energy to really just flow and like letting them be themselves. So I think the first thing would be to just let go of any bitterness from any past relationships. But I really like what Fabulous Beauty Queen just said. You have to do you. So when a man, and this is like really the number one, and I really like that this is happening, because I'm really excited about dating. I just want you guys to know I'm excited. So here's what's happening. And an older gentleman told me this, and he said, have some business about yourself. And I hear old people say, it just means have something else to do besides call him. So, work, have girlfriends, read a book, even if, and I don't mean play games, right? So if he calls you on Friday and says, do you want to go out Saturday, and you want to go out, by all means, go out. But, between Saturday to the next Saturday, don't text him 17 times. You want a man that's employed, right? If he's employed, he can't answer you back 17 times. Exactly. High five, right? Beloved, he can respond to your text.
Wait, let me tell you, I love that. Let me jump in. I really want to say, everybody asks me, well, how do you and Craig make it? How do you and Craig make it? Y'all don't fight, girl, bye. Yes, we do. But I think it comes with conversation, and I think the number one thing in a relationship is, one, of course, you have to love them, but you have to respect them. I think if you respect your other spouse, your relationship will flow. And you have to respect them, because sometimes trust me, I want to take charge. I want to do it because I know it'll get done right the first time. But if I ask him to do it again, he won't do it because I done went cray-cray the first time he did it and messed up. And I think, men, here's my hint to all y'all women. Men, close your ears because you don't need to hear I'm about to give the secret up. A man is going to marry his mama. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but it is so true. It is so true. A man is going to marry his mama. He wants a woman that's going to comfort him, touch him when he doesn't feel good. Give him a touch like, morning, babe. Hey, how was your day? Really look at him eye to eye and talk to him. Cook for him, take care of him, and love him like his mama. But, of course, he'll do extra things with you he won't do to his mama. But 9 out of 10, he wants a woman that's like his mama.
Well, I mean, that's loaded, because what if he has issues with his mother? That's loaded.
Yeah, but it's still going to happen. Even if a man has issues with his mom, he still wants that motherly comfort. Okay. He wants that motherly love he never got.
Well, we got to remember that women were nurturers. Yeah. We're nurturers. Plus, we're multitaskers. We do more. We can do more and we can have the baby, cook, get the phone, text, do whatever we got. We're multitaskers. So we do more than what men can actually. They can only do certain things at a certain period of time. So if we're constantly do this, they can't. They're not. I'm not talking about all men either. I'm saying some. Okay, some. All right, they can't handle all of that. So if you are married and you're constantly, throwing at your husband, a list and have a whole list, and then especially on his days off, he wants to enjoy and relax himself as well. So we have to keep in mind that we do more, and we're the nurturers of our homes.
Yeah.
Let me go to the questions. We've got some comments and people are chiming in. So what just happened? Wait.
You want me to read it?
Yes.
Okay, so Regal Fro, hey girl, hey, says men tell me all the time that they feel like they are not needed. Girl, yeah, see, we got to submit, mamas, submit. I'm telling you, you'll love it better. Lisa J says, I have to agree with Mama Day. Hey girl, hey. Karen James says, no hate, we can't make our men children. Y'all need to listen. And y'all, I'm telling you, submit. There's nothing wrong with submitting. You can still be a strong back, beautiful woman, but you won't be alone. Regal Fro.
Submitting does not make us weak.
It does not. It makes you stronger because you have a better half.
Yes.
But you have to choose wisely. Again, I didn't get divorced for no reason. You have to choose wisely.
Yes.
Choose to submit to. Because I think the flip side of men saying that they feel like they aren't needed, and I'm just going to say this, right, because I'm sitting over here in a single chair. Men feel like they're not needed, but because women have been single for so long, right? You kind of want to meet a single woman who's got her stuff together. She hasn't been single with her stuff together by accident. So she's pretty on point. So when you show up to the table, you've got to be on point to get with someone who's been holding it down single for that long. So not that they aren't
goal to
needed.
get there.
Repeat.
Or they have the goal to get there, like they have a plan to get there. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to already have that plan set. They can have a person that is organized, oriented, and in the goal to get to that point.
You're not going to find a perfect man because there is no perfect man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna carry this conversation on definitely on our next segment, because I know that our next segment we are going to be talking about scandalous behavior, and we are going to pick this topic back up about dating, 21st century, and social media. Right now, we are going to move to our beauty segment, which is near and dear to my heart. So let me again introduce myself to you. I am Brittany Oniki, and this is your guide to all things fierce, fabulous, and fly. Brought to you by Entwine Couture, and this is our audition kit. In this, we have some of the best products that you are going to need to get your hair spring, fling, fly, and ready for the summer weather, getting rid of all the dryness and the damage from winter. And this is definitely going to be a product that you want to add. You are going to get free shipping, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you guys the promo code as soon as I get it. But you definitely want to try this. And this kit is going to include sample sizes of the cream jelly styler, which is how I got my coils defined with my TWA. The exotic buttercream hydrator, which is a really good daily moisturizer. And for this, if you guys have TWAs, you just big chop. I'll tell you what I do. I wet my hair every 2 to 3 days. I just take water in my hand and I put a little bit of the exotic buttercream hydrator, and I literally just do like swirling motions to just kind of zhuzh it and wake it up, and like that's it, because the curl and the definition is still going to be there from the shingling that you did with the cream jelly styler the day before. I guarantee you, if you were TWAing or big chopping, this is going to get you all through the summer. I don't care where you live. This is going to be a really cool, fabulous, just fierce fly hairstyle. Add some really big earrings if that's your thing to draw attention to your face. Since you feel like you are, your hair is not long, we'll talk about spring colors in a second, and you are going to be good to go. In addition to that, you're also going to get the creme de la mold, which is really good for laying down edges. The 100% raw and vegan argan oil, which, again, another one of my favorite products, because you can use it on your cuticles. You can use it on your skin. Just a drop of it right after you've rinsed off your cleanser while the skin is still damp. Awesome, awesome glow to the skin. And then last but not least, you're going to get the Click Latois, which is the cleansing and conditioning duo. So this is everything you need to style your hair, whether your hair is long, like Fabulous Beauty Queens, whether you're doing updos like Mama Day. So Mama Day's updo, she'll use a little creme de la mode. For Fabulous Beauty Queens twist outs, maybe she'll use the creme de la mode or the creme jelly style, a combination of the two. Ladies, talk about how you use Entwine's products to get your style.
Well, actually, what I do, I have a review on my YouTube video, and the creme jelly, I use it for twist outs to do twist outs, and the hydrator, the butter hydrator to moisturize. I use the argan oil, the Potion 9 leave-in. I use it for my lock method. So what I'll do is when I come out the shower, I'll do the lock method with the Potion 9 leave-in, the argan oil, and the butter hydrator. And then for my styler, I'll go ahead and I will use my creme jelly. And what I'll do is a twist out or a wash and go, depending on how I feel to wear my hair throughout the week. The awesome thing about these products is that they would last, at least with my hair, I don't have to re-moisturize until at least day 3 or 4, because everything, all the moisture is locked in there, and it's just so moisturizing that I love the argan oil, the Potion 9 leave-in, and the butter hydrator. That lock method, the combination of those three work awesome, fantastic. And for the creme jelly styler, you don't even have to worry about your twist outs for the rest of the week, because you will have it for 5 days straight, at least with my hair. That's how it works.
Definitely. And for you guys out there who are watching us, the code for free shipping is SPRINGFAB, F-A-B, 14. So SPRINGFAB14. SPRINGFAB14 is your free shipping code. I definitely urge you guys to get full-size products, but if you're not familiar with us and you're just checking in, go ahead and get the audition kit, which has all the products that I mentioned. The one thing that's not in it, I want to say that this is the number one seller of Entwine Couture.
Awesome.
I don't have numbers and I don't have statistics, but I just have everybody at the hair show who was like, give me 5 of these. So really the full size, because it's not in your audition kit. Get the full size while you have free shipping. SPRINGFAB 14, the Aphrodisia 9 leave-in conditioner, awesome. If you have a TWA, you can also put a little bit of this in your hand with the water just to refresh, so that your hair is not flat and you can kind of even out. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's move on to beauty, because I believe that Ken from Beautiful is checking in with us momentarily. We're going to talk spring makeup trends, right? So now that your hair is all fierce and fabulous, what do you do with your face? As a professional makeup artist, I've worked for a really big brand for a really long time. I'm not going to give them any shout outs because this isn't their show. But what I am going to say to you guys is that I live and breathe makeup. This is what I do, and skincare. So if you were going to take any notes, take them from me. The number one thing you want to do is get your skin makeup optional. What do I mean by that? You want to have such a good skincare regimen that when it's 80 degrees outside, maybe you throw on a little bit of concealer. If you've been up all night, a bright lip like the one that I'm wearing, and you skip the foundation and the powder in these hot months, because you know what it's going to do? It's going to melt and sweat away anyway. Trust me, I have done this. And unless you have your professional makeup artist following you around with a wedge and a powder puff, ladies, trust me when I tell you, get on a skincare regimen. Try it out for a week or 2. Definitely stick with it. You've got to cleanse your skin morning and night, and you've got to be consistent. That's the number one thing. So be consistent when you get your skin nice and clear and smooth, and you'll need less makeup. But I think I want to say if I could only go with maybe 3 or 4 products during the summer months, it would definitely be, for me, I like to fill my brows. So I use a brown eyeshadow and an angled brush. Doesn't have to be expensive. I use a CoverGirl eyeshadow, brown. You get it from any drugstore, $3 or $4. You can get an angled brush anywhere and just kind of fill in your brows. The overdone brow has been overdone, ladies and gentlemen. So that huge overdone brow, it's a wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, drop the mic. She has left the building. That brow has left the building. A nice eyeshadow. Just take your brows the way they naturally occur on your face, the way God gave them to you, and just shade them a little bit with the shadow just to enhance them, but you're really not trying to change the shape. Ladies, you want to switch to a waterproof mascara. A lot of you guys don't think about this, and you think about maybe swimming or crying, But even the humidity, I live in a very high humidity city, living in Atlanta. Fabulous, you're in Miami.
Yes.
Humidity central, so it's like stepping out of your house and walking into a sauna or a shower. So you want to switch to waterproof mascara, ladies. You will thank me for that tip later. And I would say definitely rock a bold lip. Radiant Orchid is the Pantone color for spring, similar to this color that I have on right now. This is from MAC, and it's called Flat Out Fabulous. It's from their Retro Matte collection. I believe it's part of their permanent collection, so you guys can go to your local MAC counter and check it out. But bold, bold colors. I know a lot of people wear red for the holiday. I think that red is here to stay. I think that red is going to be around all season. So, ladies, if you want to rock your red lip for the 4th of July, I say go ahead and do it. Oranges, purples, golds, things with shimmer, things with glitter. Sparkle, really, really pretty. Of course, you know, plan it appropriately. If you work at Chase, no one wants you counting their money with sparkly lip gloss. So definitely, let's keep it work appropriate. But after hours, after 5 p.m., turn up, turn all the way up with that gloss, a little sparkle, a little shimmer on the cheeks. You guys are good to go. It's really, really simple here. The BAN's Guides to All Things Fierce, Fly, and Fabulous. We want to make it easy for you guys. We want to keep it simple. And those are going to be my top tips for spring beauty. Ladies, what do you guys do to stay cool and cute in the summer?
Well, for my regimen for the summer, I really don't use a lot of foundation during the summer because exactly of what you said. It is too hot and too humid. And I've had a few of experiences where I wear concealer, the foundation, the whole 9 yards, and I'm out there in the hot sun, and I see that my my concealer is creasing. You see it, you know, melting away from my face. I constantly have to be, you know, getting the brush out and just, you know, retouching up. So definitely stay away, like you said, with foundation throughout the summer and the hot times. I think using just a little bit of concealer, putting a little bit of powder helps for me to seal the actual concealer underneath my eyes when I go out, and just to make myself a little bit more awake and to make me not look so tired. Or when I have baggy eyes, when I apply my concealer, I just go ahead and put a little bit of the benign banana powder underneath, and I'm good to go. A little lipstick. It doesn't matter what color, depending on the mood that I'm in on that day. A little bit of, I don't use the pencil. I use eyeshadow for my eyebrows, and that's about it. That's my daily routine. But like if I'm going out, if I'm going to have, you know, a special event or anything like that, then that's different. It's at night, and it's a little bit more, I up it up a little bit more.
Mama Day, how about you?
Girl, brow, bronzer, lippy. Boom. There you go. Boom. Boom. Just like that. I'll throw some color on my eyes, but 9 to 10 it is my brows. Yeah, I will say my brows, eyeshadow, lippy, and some bronzer. I let the sun do the rest.
I agree. And definitely think about that. That's a really good time to wear your sunscreen and just go out and get some beautiful color in the sun. And that just amps up your complexion and your glow. And if you, by June or July, by that 4th of July barbecue, you are going to be absolutely glowing and stunning. No makeup required. And definitely let your pores breathe. Definitely amp up that sunscreen. If you can find SPF 45, I would definitely do it. But no lower than 30 because black don't crack. But it does need sunscreen. It does need sunscreen. So definitely, ladies, SPF 30 or higher if you can find it out there in that sun. Look what I just found out. So, again, the free shipping code is SPRINGFAB14. We are selling the F3 audition kit, which does include Aphrodisia 9 in it. So you definitely want to take advantage of the free shipping code, and you definitely want to try the entire line of products. Definitely give it a go. And if you're already one of our loyal and favorite customers and subscribers, then you want to go ahead and stock up on some full-size ones while you can get free shipping. So we have a question here, and I think we're going to patch into Ken. Ken, are you there? Ken, are you there? Can you hear me? I see your lips moving.
I think it's on mute.
He's on mute.
Ken, are you there?
One keeps controlling my mute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Thumbs up. Excellent. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Good to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. So I know who you are. I love Beautiful, and I have a steamer. And before you came on, I was definitely telling the ladies about the benefits of it. But just take us back from the top. Tell us who you are. Tell us your story, and then definitely just explain the benefits of your wonderful, wonderful product.
Great. Well, thanks for the introduction. I'm Kimber King. I'm the founder and CEO of Beautiful. We're the makers of the Beautiful Hair Steamer, for those of you who have heard of the product. And we also have 2 salons, one located in Atlanta and another one in Chicago that we recently opened last November. So we service about 600 clients a month right now. And so it gives us a great opportunity to really understand textured hair, and also to be able to implement our hair care processes, which always include hydration. So we're really excited to be able to talk this evening about hydration and about winter recovery. We use entwine products at our salon. Being a Chicago company, we want to support the local companies that do great product manufacturing. So we're big fans of entwine, and we're really happy to be able to talk about winter recovery today. To kind of take a step back, why I created the Beautiful Hair Steamer. My background is in beauty care marketing, so I started my career as a brand manager at Procter & Gamble, makers of Pantene, Olay, Head & Shoulders. And while I was working there in the beauty care division, I really realized that the formulations and the products weren't necessarily formulated for us, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew this because when I would go into homes and I would do research and I'd look under sinks and counters, I'd see like 6 and 7 bottles of different conditioners. And I'm like, clearly what people are doing isn't working, because we don't have 7 tubes of Crest or 6 sticks of secret deodorant, right? And so whenever a marketer sees something like that, clearly there's still an unmet need in that category or industry. And in 2009, I kind of left the Procter & Gamble beauty care marketing, and I always wanted to start something on my own to solve these issues that I continue to hear about in the textured hair community. So my theory, my hypothesis, was that we were prescribing the wrong solutions for the most common frustration. So you think about dry hair, you think about breakage, you think about split ends. The breakage and split ends are pretty much a byproduct of dry hair. And my hypothesis was that dry hair comes from a lack of hydration, not just a lack of conditioners and oils and treatments, right? So when I think of moisturizing, I actually think of 2 different things. I think of hydration, so I think of actual water, and then I think of oils and conditioners and creams. The oils that you get naturally from sebum being secreted from the scalp, things that come naturally. So I wanted to focus on the hydration. And the way the hair steamer works, for those of you who've never steamed your hair before, you shampoo regularly like you normally would. Then you apply conditioner into your hair, your favorite conditioner. I love the Exotica Deep Penetrating Moisture Mask. So you could apply that into your hair after you've cleansed. You don't rinse it out, and you don't wear a cap. You sit underneath a hair steamer for about 18 to 20 minutes, and you allow that mask or that conditioner to deeply penetrate into the hair strands. And so 2 things are going to happen when you steam. First, you're going to get the hydration from the steam. Our hair should be about 8 to 12% water and 88% protein. Typically, when you're experiencing that dry hair, that breakage, it's because you're going under that 8%. So you want to infuse the hydration. The other thing is that steam naturally lifts. So the steam from the hair steamer will lift the cuticles and allow that conditioner or mask to penetrate deeper into the hair strands. Very similar, you were talking about makeup and skincare. It's a very similar philosophy to steaming your face when you go into a spa. So the Beautiful Hair Steamer is basically designed to add hydration and also to enable the conditioners to deeply penetrate into the hair strands. So that's a mouthful right there.
awesome.
But if you have some questions, I know after the explanation, people still have some questions. Well, how do you do it, or what? I'm more than open to field those questions. But what it all comes down to, especially as we're talking about winter recovery, is we've come. If you're in the Chicago area, we had the worst winter since probably 1978. So dry hair. You were inside a lot. Inside. A lot of heat and dry air, which is why people use humidifiers during the winter. So your hair has basically been starved of hydration. So it's really great to start to infuse as part of your winter recovery routine, infusing steam. I also used to live in Atlanta from 2007 to 2012, so I'm really familiar with the humidity. And the steam helps the humidity. What happens with your hair in humid areas, humid climates, is that your hair strands basically absorb that outside humidity, right? So you step out, you've just done your hair, whatever, you got that perfect curl popping, and then you go outside, and all the strands are absorbing all the humidity. And that's what's causing that frizz and that swelling. So if you can properly fill your hair strands with hydration and with the proper conditioners, your hair can absorb the outside humidity as well, because your hair strands are basically full. At the salon, we call it filling the potholes. So if you fill the potholes, you can absorb that humidity as well, which means less frizz, less altering of the hair strands from the style that you have, whether it's curly or straight. So it doesn't matter if you're in the cold or if you're in the hot humid. Infusing the hydration is gonna really help with some of your most common frustrations.
Cool. We actually have a question for you. So LaWanda Trice wants to know, how often do you suggest steaming your hair?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a burden. I suggest every other week. There are some people who do it every week. Really, I try to encourage people to incorporate it into their deep conditioning regimen. So if that's every 2 weeks where you find yourself doing the conditioner, everyone's lifestyle is different and your time is different. But you're really just adding about 18 to 20 minutes into that deep conditioning process. So if you can do that every 2 weeks, it's not a significant investment in your time, but you will see a significant difference in the health of your hair. But it's like drinking water, right? At a certain point, you can't drink any more water. And we found that steaming once a week is enough to keep your hair strands properly hydrated and maintained in between that 8 and 12% target that our hair strands really need.
Can you steam too much? Is there such thing as steaming your hair too much?
You really can't. It's kind of it goes back to drinking water. At a certain point, your body is only going to be able to retain a certain amount, right? And so it's the same way with the hair strands. If you're steaming once a week, you're steaming enough. I know some people who do it every 3 or 4 days just because they love it. You can't hurt your hair strands from doing that, but I think that's a little bit of an overinvestment in the time to steam. So once a week, more than enough. Every other week, probably ideal.
And talk a little bit about the type of water you put in the steamer. Is it regular old tap water? Should you use like a distilled or bottled water?
Yeah, we at my house, my wife uses regular tap water, and she's been doing that for 3-4 years. So you can use regular tap. In some areas, I mean, we all live in pretty decent areas, so the water's fine out of the tap. What you will find in some areas like Chicago, the water can be a little bit more harsh. So there may be a little bit of calcium deposit left on the cup after you've steamed in certain areas of the country. But unless you're living in like Bangladesh or something, you're pretty good with tap water. Bottled water is fine. When we do trade shows, we'll run one steamer for 8 straight hours a day, and we'll use whatever water they have at the facilities, and we never see any issues with that.
Cool. And it's beneficial for all hair types, is that right?
It is. As you get kind of using that 3ABC, 4ABC kind of thinking, with 3 and 4 being more curly, and then 4 being kinky curly, there are typically a higher requirement for oils and hydration, the curlier the curl pattern is. So it's ideal for any curl pattern. Typically with straight fine hair, you're not looking for the hydration and the moisture. You're looking for ways to take that out. So, you know, if you're wavy to kinky curly, the hair steamer is ideal. We know a lot of people who have less textured hair, who might have wavy hair, but they use a lot of heat to straight. So even outside of the African American community, women who tend to find split ends and breakage from using too much heat really could benefit from the product. So I try to shy away, even though we're 100% African American owned, I try to shy away from this product is for this ethnicity or this race or this type of person. It's really for anybody who's experiencing split ends, breakage, dry hair, frizz, manageability issues, whatever that type and texture is. We're kind of race agnostic, if you will.
So ladies out there, that's basically everyone with hair. Everyone with hair needs to invest in a steamer. Ladies, Fabulous Beauty Queen and Mama Day, do you guys have any questions for Ken about the steamer or just about...
I want to ask one. So I have high porosity hair, and I know lifting it up with the high porosity hair is going to lift my cuticles up, but what would you suggest with lowering them down? Because I know it works. I've had multiple people that have the steamer. My only concern is the fact that my hair is already lifted, and I know it's good to get that moisture in, but how do I get it to stay? How do I get that moisture to stay with it since I have high porosity hair?
Yeah, we have a lot of clients in our salon with high porosity hair. What we do on the rinse is we rinse with cool to cold water, and that will help seal back the cuticle layers after the steaming process. So that helps. You also may want to consider a really light, preferably silicone-free finishing serum. If you can get your hands on one, that'll help seal the cuticle back up. If you can find one without silicones, it will help seal without necessarily adding too much kind of weight onto the hair. So I'm a big fan of sealing with finishing serums to your hair. So those are things I would think about. But with the porosity of your hair strands, the hydration would really, really help. You just got to find ways to seal the cuticle afterwards, and usually the cold to cool water will do the trick for you. We also we do offer a 60-day 100% money back guarantee. So the reason I do this is because I really want people to try it for a certain amount of time. It's kind of like getting a gym membership, right? We want everybody to experience it and experience it for a couple of months. If you're not satisfied with it for any reason, we'll pay to have it shipped back, and we give 100% of the money back. So for us, it's all about giving people the opportunity to experience the benefits of hair steaming. If you have some reservations, you know that Beautiful is going to give you that safety net to try it for 2 months. And our data shows that about 97% of people keep it. So we know that once we get it into your hands, it's another reason why I kind of offer it. I know if I can get it into your hands and get you to try it, you're really going to appreciate the benefits of the product.
All right, thank you.
And I have a personal testimony. I think I've had my steamer maybe 2 years now. Maybe this is going into my 2nd year, and I absolutely love it. When I tell you, I notice the change in my hair. So when we talk hair, you know, on the BAN's guide, we talk about hydrating the hair properly with product. But again, and a lot of our educators have said that it all starts in the washing and the conditioning of the hair. It starts there. So all the creme jelly styler in the world is not going to give you a fantastic twist out if that hair is just not cleansed and conditioned and really, really soft. And I promise you, ladies, you will not. I'm telling you, skip the lattes for a little while and put that money in a jar and invest in a steamer. And then you can also double and use it to steam your face, deep clean your pores, remove makeup. You're definitely going to see a difference in both your skin and your hair, which is totally, totally awesome. That's my testimonial. And Danielle also wants to know, what's the price range and where can you order? Is it in stores? You have to order online? How can we get our hands on one? And what's the price range?
Yeah, the price is $116.95. That includes free shipping. It includes the 60-day, 100% risk-free trial. And you can buy it exclusively on our website. So Hutiful.com, Huetiful.com. You can also find it if you're in the Atlanta or Chicago area. We sell it in our salons. So we really focus on a direct-to-consumer. We don't have retail partners or distributors, because we want to be able to maintain that one-to-one relationship with our clients and customers. So if you do have a question, let's say you went to a store and you bought it, you might not be able to get the proper response or the proper service that you need when you go and buy from a beauty salon store, so our beauty supply place. So we want to have that relationship with our customers. We want to create a community where you can come and ask us about tips of how to use the product more effectively. So you can come onto our website or go to our salons and make the purchase.
Awesome. So guys, you out there listening, it's Hutiful, Huetiful.com. And I just did the math, and I'm not a numbers girl, but I just did the math, you guys. $116 for the steamer. I've had mine almost 2 years. If you deep condition your hair twice a week, that's $4 a week. And if you go into a salon and add a steam treatment to your style, how much is one steam treatment?
It's typically $15 to $20, depending on the salon. At the Hutiful salon, we bundle it. We insist that everyone does it, so it's part of the service. But typically, when you go to a salon, it would be $15 to $20, and that's why I really created the product. I'm not the first person to make a hair steamer, but I saw that in the few salons that were doing it, the results were really positive. And what I wanted to do was create a company that could provide a portable hair steamer that could be used at home, that after you use it 5 or 6 times, it's basically paid for itself. And then you can, for all you do-it-yourselfers out there, you can do it yourself, or occasionally, like my wife used to do, she would go and get her hair steamed, and then she would go into the salon right after she steamed and get her hair done.
That's awesome. I definitely noticed a difference, I have to say. There's a couple of questions on the side that I believe that I could answer, but I'll ask again. Latoya wants to know if the hood comes in a different size, or sizes. Different sizes.
Yeah, it comes in one size. We get questions. Well, I hear it all the time. Well, I've got like a size 8.5 head, so is it going to fit for me? I don't know if you know. I'm trying to remember her name now. She's the one who just won the world's largest Afro award. She lives down in New Orleans, but she uses a hair steamer. So she, the product is big enough to be able to get all sizes of heads and hair. What we do recommend, though, for those who insist that they have a lot of hair and they're not sure if they'll be able to get it all under the hood, we always recommend pineappling the hair. So pinning your hair up, it's the ends that tend to be the driest, and so you want to get those ends and edges up towards the top of the steamer. But if you do that, you should have no issues with the size of the hair steamer. Some people do say, I wish I could get the back of the neck just a little bit better. And there's ways to kind of adjust yourself and adjust the steamer to be able to accommodate that. But generally speaking, it's one size fits all, and we haven't had any complaints. And again, if you do find that it just doesn't work for you, you can always return it and get a refund.
So again, guys, you can't lose. $4 a week, $4 every 2 weeks to steam your hair. Ken's giving you guys a money-back guarantee. I think that you guys will definitely love the products. You'll definitely love the benefit, and you will definitely love using Entwine's new Exotica Moisture Mask with this steamer. Mama Day, you got one in your hand? Mama Day, real quick, before we wrap up the show, will you read the ingredients? I know it has passion fruit oil in it. Some of the other ingredients on the back of the new Exotica Moisture Hair Mask from Entwine Couture.
So it has, purified water, passion fruit, tucuma butter. It has meadow foam seed, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, which is a good protein that increases moisture in the cuticle of your hair. So it's not a protein. It's a moisturizing protein. You have aloe vera. I love aloe vera. Vitamin H, a detangling agent. cereal alcohol, which is also a moisturizer, coconut milk. Yeah, good stuff.
Definitely good stuff, of course. I've tried it. I've gotten my hands on it. I absolutely love it. I haven't used it with my steamer yet because my hair is so short. I kind of just zhuzh it in the shower, and by the time I'm done with my shower, it's a good enough deep conditioning for me. I'm going to try it this weekend with my steamer, and I am super, super excited. So definitely Ken mentioned putting the water back into your hair. Definitely hydration, hydration, hydration. I think the number one tip, though, too, is to just get a great haircut. What do you ladies think in terms of getting winter recovery tips and techniques? Before we wrap the show, Fabulous Beauty Queen, what's like a one or two tips that you have or things that you've done?
Deep condition, deep condition, deep condition. That's my number one tip. I deep condition my hair once a week, every single week. Do your protein treatments. Depending if you are protein sensitive, you might want to stay away from that and not do it as frequent. But I do my protein treatments at least once a month. Just making sure that your hair is well moisturized. If you don't have a beautiful steamer, like I don't have one, I use my plastic caps, and I wrap it around with the towel when I have my deep conditioning on, and I leave it on my hair, and I go about my day and just retwist my hair, twist my hair throughout the night, or leave it out as a wash and go. But definitely deep moisturizing your hair, deep conditioning your hair, using products that are compatible with one another, because there are so many products out there that people are just putting on and layering on, and they start saying my hair is flaking, I have a whole lot of buildup. Is because the products that you're using are not compatible with one another. So you have to make sure that what you're putting on your hair is going to be compatible for it can last throughout the whole week. When you're doing your wash and goes as well, you have to make sure that you're not layering so many products before you put the actual styler, whether it be a cream or a gel, on your hair. But like you said, it starts with washing your hair. Cold washing is a wonderful way to keep moisture in your hair instead of constantly using shampoo. I cold wash once a week. I shampoo once a month. If I have to do reviews, I'll do shampoo twice within that month. But definitely I try to keep it once a month. Cold washing with your conditioners is a wonderful way to keep the moisture in your hair as well.
And Mama Day, what about you? What are some things that you're doing right now to get your hair and your daughter's hair back in tip-top shape from the winter? What?
Well, I during the winter and the fall, I do the lock method. So I changed my method up a little bit because I'm a high porosity, so I have to do it the opposite way. So I do the LCO during the spring and the summer, and that's simply because high porosity girls, that humidity is so not your best friend. But I got money for Mother's Day to get that, so I'm getting that steamer. That is my purchase for Mommy's Day. I'm getting it. So I was stoked. I didn't even know he was going to be on here, but yeah. So I'm gonna get.
I do the lock method. I do the LOC method, and it works. I tried the other method, and it didn't work. So I tried the lock, and it worked.
I can only do it. I can't do it because my hair frizzes. Yeah. So I need that oil be the last thing. I need the cream to moisture, to start to seal it. But I need that oil at the end to lock it so it won't go out. I don't know why it works better that way for me. So I've just embraced the fact that that's how my hair is. I've learned to accept her. So yeah, I do this LCO in deep condition. And I think because I have high porosity hair, I alternate my proteins. I have a strong protein I do every 6 weeks, and then I have a minimal protein that I do once a week, and the very next week I do a moisturizing DC. So that way I'm maintaining my hair. I'm not protein overloading, because 1 week I protein condition, the next week I'm moisturizing conditioning, and that regimen works for me. Instead of me proteining, deep conditioner, washing out, and then moisturizing, deep conditioner, I don't have time for a 4-hour regimen in one day. I want my day to I want to go out and have fun. So that's the best way I've worked my regimen. So yeah, so DC, locking that moisture and no puppy hair.
The lock method or the LCO method is awesome. It's fantastic. Also a tip for you ladies, at least with my hair, and I've seen a few reviews. When you are doing twists and getting ready to retwist at night, Don't spritz water on your hair, because what that's going to do is expand the hair throughout the night, and it's not going to curl as well as you want it to. So try just to use the moisturizer, or whatever leave-in that you use for that week, whatever moisturizer or oil you use for that week, instead of spritzing water at night when you're retwisting at night. So like that, your hair won't expand throughout the night, and your definition for the morning could be much better.
I'm gonna disagree a little on that one. I'm gonna disagree just a little on that one. Only because the fact is you don't want to cause a buildup, and if you sit there every night adding moisturizer to your hair, build up. Now I will state the steamer is a great way to do it. A great way. I have a friend that does wash and go, and every 3 days when she does her wash and go, she'll sit under that steamer, put her hair in that steamer, let it sit there for a while, and then put oil on it. So what she just did was she refreshed her curls without touching them. There's no frizz. She's putting that moisture in her hair, and then she's putting the oil on it. I think that our hair, we have this stereotype that, ooh, black women can't be around hair. We don't want to mess up our hair. No, your hair is water is your friend.
It is.
She's your friend. You're going to have to love her. But my thing is I think if you put too much moisturizer, you put that leave-in too much, it's just going to cause a buildup. I think the best way to do it is to take your water, then pump some of your leave-in in that water, so that way you get the best of both worlds. But at the same time, you're not causing a buildup, and you're still moisturizing your hair. That water is not a bad thing. And I think another good, huge tip is increase your water intake. I have to always say, water intake is huge, guys.
From increasing.
You have to drink that water, because if your hair is dry, brittle, and you're like, well, I'm putting all this moisturizer, I'm doing all this stuff, it ain't working. How much water are you drinking? How much water are you drinking? Me, 168 ounces a day. That is my goal. I make sure I drink 168 ounces of water a day. Another good tip is sometimes you'll find that you'll always be hungry. 9 out of 10, your body's telling you you're not hungry. Your body's saying you're thirsty. So if you're not drinking a lot of water, I got to get my little nerd out. I always got to give it to y'all. If you're not drinking a lot of water, you find yourself always being hungry. You're not hungry. Your body's saying drink. I'm going to stop. I just want to give it.
That's why we love you. That's why we love you. So really, really quickly, you guys out there who are watching us, thanks again for joining us here on the BAN's Guide to All Things Fierce, Fabulous, and Fly, getting your hair spring, flirty, fly, and ready for the summer months. So definitely want you guys to go check out all of our products over on entwinecouture.com. Spring Fab 14 is our free shipping code. We do have the F3 Audition Kit, which has sample sizes of all of our products, and this one includes our #1 seller, the Aphrodisia Non-Leave-In Conditioner. So Danielle asked, what is a good leave-in? And of course, it's Aphrodisia Non-Leave-In Conditioner. Just like the Exotica Moisture Mask is going to be your best deep conditioner to use with your steamer that you guys are also going to get with the free shipping. And we are going to, for the first 20 of you guys, to go over to email us at wecare@entwinecouture.com. You guys are going to get a free gift, which is going to include a sample of the Exotica Moisture Mask with that Takuma butter, that passion fruit oil, super rich. When you're looking for a deep conditioner, you want something that's really, really rich, heavy, thick. You want something that's a little heavier than your normal, 5-10 minute rinse out conditioner. Something that's really going to saturate and luxuriate and really hug and love your hair strands as you sit under the steamer. So the first 20 of you to go email us at wecare@entwinecouture.com. You guys are going to get to check that out. And I have just been notified that Danielle W., congratulations to you. Hey girl, hey, you have already been selected to win one without even sending us an email. So aren't you fierce, fabulous, and fly? So congratulations. It's not too late for the rest of you guys. So while we have a few more minutes and we have Ken here, you guys type in some of your questions while Ken's still sticking around. And is there anything else that you kind of want to add that you haven't touched on yet about hair, your time in the business?
I do get questions from a lot of people who say, well, what's the difference between hair steaming and using the cap and dryer method? So I'm sure almost everybody has done the cap and dryer method at a salon or at home, and it's a really effective way to help conditioner penetrate deep into the hair strands. The single biggest difference between cap and dryer and hair steaming is the hydration component. So when you're doing the cap and dryer, stylists basically created that as a way to create a greenhouse effect, if you will, where the conditioner is on your hair, as well as some of the water that's still on your hair is trapped underneath the cap. You heat it, creating a greenhouse effect, which allows the conditioner to penetrate into the hair strands a little bit better. The missing element, though, is that hydration, is infusing that 8 to 12 ounces of water into the hair strands while you have conditioner on it. So it's a question that we often get, especially in the salon, because we don't do the cap and dryer, but we do the hair steamer instead. And I just wanted to put that out there to help people understand what the difference of the two methods are.
You guys heard it here first. You guys have any questions? Mama Day or Fabulous Beauty Queen, any other questions for Ken while he's here?
No, he pretty much answered every question.
Yeah. I want to know what kind of services you guys offer. First of all, I'm in Atlanta, so hopefully I'll get an invitation to come check you guys out. I've not been. What kind of services do you offer? Like, I'm going to assume that you guys, since you own this product, you maybe offer something a little bit different than your ordinary salon. Talk about that for us.
Yeah, we call our salon a treatment salon. So we focus on healthy hair treatments. We have two different treatments. We have our hydrating and conditioning treatment, which involves cleansing, conditioning, hydrating, and then styled to whatever the client's preference is. We do both curly and straight styles. We're not adverse or are scared of using heat, especially after we've hydrated the hair. So for those who want to walk out with their hair swinging, we can do that. For those who want a curl style, we can do that as well. And then we have kind of what we call our Cadillac treatment, which is our nano smoothing treatment. It's a cysteine infusion, which is an amino acid designed to strengthen the hair and give you versatility to be able to wear your hair in a curly or straight style without worrying about breakage or split ends or anything like that. So you can go straight or curly. That service is $175, and it includes the cleansing, the treatment, obviously the hair steaming, and then the styling afterwards. So those are our basic treatment services. We do color. We use Pravana color, which is a really responsible color treatment to help prevent any kind of damage to the hair strands, but give you whatever color you're looking for, whether it's gray coverage, highlights, or full coverage with highlights added to it. And then we do designer cuts as well. All of our stylists, whether it's Atlanta and Chicago, are licensed stylists, and then they go through a month of Beautiful certification where they kind of understand our insights and our research on hair care before they're actually employed as a Beautiful stylist employee. We do appointments only so that you don't get double booked. So our promise is that we will not double book clients so that we can get you in and out as quickly as possible. Nobody likes spending all day at a salon or being parked under a dryer for 45 minutes while a stylist starts somebody else. So those are some things that are a little bit unique. You go online, you book the time and the stylist, and that stylist is your stylist throughout the full duration of the service.
Cool. That sounds awesome. I'm super excited. If you are in Chicago or Atlanta, definitely check them out at the Beautiful Salon. Again, $116 is going to be the price of your Beautiful steamer. HUETIFUL.com. Money back guarantee. $4 every 2 weeks for extra hydration in your hair, which is what we're here to talk about today, which is how to recover from the winter months. Ken, thank you so very much. Do you guys have a special that you might want to run for all our viewers out there?
You know what I'm going to do, Brittany? I'm going to let you guys figure out how to give one steamer away to somebody who's on.
I'm on. No, I'm joking.
I'll let you figure out. I know Danielle just won something, so I'll let you figure out how you randomly select. But we would like to offer a Beautiful hair steamer to one of your lucky guests, and just follow back up with me, and I'll send out to wherever their address is. But we appreciate what you're doing and the time that you're spending to help educate not only in hair care but also lifestyle. I caught a little bit of your conversation about dating and men. So I decided not to hop on right then. I figured I'd wait a little while. Let me
Well, we definitely appreciate your insight. You know what? Maybe you'll come back next time and give us a men's perspective. And you are married, so maybe that'll be something to do in the future.
All right.
Thank you so much. In the last 15 minutes, we're going to talk fashion and beauty. So we're going to let you go. Thank you so very much. And definitely,
bye, everybody.
Bye, Ken. Joining us. So, ladies, now that we have this last 15 minutes that we are here, we've got some viewer questions, and they want to know a couple of things. One question, we're going to go to Danielle again. She wants tips on how to wear your hair for the workplace. I think each of us should touch on that because I think it depends on several things. I think it depends on where you work, but I think it also depends on the length of your hair. So I'm going to start with me. I work in the creative field. So I'm an arts instructor and a writer and a moderator, you know, here on Google Hangout. So I pretty much have free reign how I choose to wear my hair. So if you're in a more creative field, maybe even if you're a teacher, I don't think teachers have such structured looks. I think my son's teachers have naturals. So I think if you're in that field, that's awesome. I think if your hair is short, unfortunately, you're going to be kind of limited as to how you can wear it for a while. If I have a friend who big chop and she's in advertising, she continued to wear wigs until her hair was long enough for twist outs because she wanted a little bit of length. She worked, you know, in a Caucasian field and with a lot of men, and so she just didn't feel comfortable wearing a TWA, so she wore a lot of wigs. So I would say it depends on your length and the type of job that you have. So Fabulous Beauty Queen, what are your thoughts?
I work from home, so I can wear my hair however I would like to. However, my preference is wash and goes. It's much faster. It's quicker for me to do a wash and go. I believe I have perfected the timing of it. I know the products that my hair, you know, would do it in a quickly or dry quickly, and I just get in the bathroom, wash it, come out, put my lock method, my styler, and go. It's not a hard job for me anymore to do wash and goes. When I had my TWAs, I would do wash and goes also. I would cold wash my hair every day when I had my TWAs. But now I'm at a state where I know my regimen, and I know that my hair could last for a certain amount of time, so I don't have to really do much to it throughout the week. If I have twist outs, if I have a wash and go, I do pineapples at night. If I do twist outs, I would just go ahead and retwist throughout the night. I don't have to add extra products because I already know what products are compatible with my hair. I would re-moisturize probably on that day 3 and 4, and then go ahead and continue on with that same style throughout the week until I'm ready to wash.
Cool. So, Mama Day, please tell us that you go to an office every day and that you have a solution for Kenya and Danielle out there.
I do. I actually work. Yeah, I do work in an office. I do work in corporate America. So, me in the beginning, I have to honestly say, I did a lot of 2 plaits, braids with a bump on it. You know, I was very professional, just simply because I would always get the side eye in meetings and everything when I would wear my hair out. I think when it got to confidence and I started realizing my hair, not yours, you can look like you want to, I decided to be a little more bold about it. So I would wear my hair loose. But 9 out of 10, I do respect the corporate America, especially when the big wigs are there. I don't even want them looking at me side eye. I would like them not to notice me. So so I do keep it 9 out of 10 in a bun, in a braid put up. I will rock a pineapple with the a little bump in the front. So it's a cute style, but at the same time, you'll never catch me in a fro hawk at work. You won't catch me with fro hawk braids and all out because whether we like it or not, they consider it not professional. Our hair is professional. They're just not ready. But you still you gotta pay the bills. So it has to be. I hate to be the one to say it. It has to be done. No, I don't rock the afro at work. I've done it before. I take that back. I have worn the afro, but it was with a part, and it was blown out, so it was kind of down. And Yeah, I only did it once because I was at a meeting. I was bold enough to do it at a meeting, and I got a whole bunch of side eyes, and I didn't do it again.
It's so unfortunate because this is literally the way that our hair grows out of our head. And
Mhm.
that is the most unfortunate thing to me. It's like it's heartbreaking. It's sickening to my stomach. It's like this is the way that my hair grows out of my head.
Yeah.
And in order to work with you around you, because clearly I'm sure your work isn't suffering in terms of your capabilities, but just the comfort level of being around, natural hair, we have to change it, to fit in or to be accepted is so disheartening. It's the 21st century. We're supposed to be this progressive nation, and we can't even wear our hair the way that it naturally. I could see if we were wearing like a wig and it was distracting, but it's our natural hair.
Yeah.
It's so
Her.
I live this testimony every day of my life. I'm half Spanish, and from my mother's side, they all have the long, beautiful, all the way to your back hair, and I'm the only one that actually do not perm my hair. So I have to deal with it. As far as in the beginning when I did my TWAs, they thought I was either depressed, something happened to me. I was, being giving the side eye, and I've had to deal with that. But I came to realize that I have to accept the way my hair is. This is the way how my hair grows, and to learn how to style my hair, not only to please really other people, but to make it in a way where I feel satisfied. Okay, this is somewhat more acceptable than just doing. I can't do a pineapple no more and just go out and just to a conference or whatever it is where I'm going anymore because of the length of my hair. But I could style it with buns. I mean, there's a lot of different hairstyles that you can do. Now I'm at a point with my family that is wash and goes, twist outs. They accept me for who I am. And you just have to be confident with your hair.
Mhm.
absolutely. And isn't this even an issue that women in the military are having with wearing their natural hair? So it's not just corporate America or our families, but even women who are choosing to serve and protect our country are having these issues. Mom Day, can you share a little bit about an issue that's been in the news recently?
Yes, I felt some type of way about it. Now, I was raised in the military. My mom's a Marine. Hoorah! So, but the Army put out a picture, and basically you can't wear your hair if your hair is out, like in your natural state, like right now how the Fabulous Beauty Queen has it. That's a no-no to them. You can't wear your hair like that. If your hair is in plaits, 3 plaits, they said 3 plaits is a no-no. They have, you can't have your hair with your pineapple. It can't be worn in a pineapple. You cannot have locks. You cannot have 2-strand twists. And I'm like, okay, so literally you're asking me to either put a wig on or relax my freaking hair.
Mm-hmm.
I felt some type of way about that. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand that some things that can't touch the shoulders, okay, but if a woman that's Caucasian, her hair touches her shoulders, she can put it in a ponytail, in a pineapple almost, but I can't. I felt some type of way about that. I felt some type of way. You're telling me that my hair, the way that my hair goes down, looking like the Fabulous Beauty Queen, I can't rock it like that. But a lady that has straight hair and it doesn't touch her collar, she can rock her hair and it's okay. I felt it was wrong. I can die for this country, but I can't rock my hair the way it is to die for the country. Girl, bye. Don't get me started. I was mad about that.
I understand, and I feel some type of way as well. I feel, yeah, such a long way to still go. So definitely, while you guys are out there using social media, following us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Entwine Couture, continue to use the hashtags Black Beauty Images. Continue to use the hashtags Bring Back Our Girls. Continue to use the hashtags Team Natural, and let's get positive image of Black women loving themselves and loving their hair circulating around social media. Be careful to tag a friend. Be sure that you tag a friend, rather. Tag a friend, tag someone, circulate these images, repost these images, because we still have a long way to go, and definitely in this country, we have a long way to go. So I am looking forward to the day where everyone, is not afraid to big shop. They're not afraid to wear their hair. They're, courageous enough to stand up to their family or employees or boyfriend or someone and say, look, this is who I am. This is the way God made me. If you have an issue with the Lord himself, That is all personal issue.
I didn't want to touch that subject. But you go ahead. You're right.
So I'm excited, and I think that Latoya Johnson is going to be excited because she is the winner of the beautiful steamer. So Latoya, go ahead and send an email to wecare@entwinecouture.com. Give all of your mailing info, and we are going to be sure to get that to you, along with a sample of the Exotica Moisture Mask. So use those two together. Definitely follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and let us know, honestly, what you think. I know certainly that you are going to be very pleased. Latoya also has said that she is transitioning. She has 4C hair. She wants to big chop, but she's afraid to. Girl, look at how cute this afro is, okay? Look at how cute this TWA is. It will grow back. It is the easiest thing ever. If you're going to do it, I definitely would say that the spring, summer right now is going to be the best time to do it. I mean, you can jump in and out of the pool with ease. If it's 85 degrees wherever you are, you can hop in the shower and just, run some water over your hair to cool down. It's going to be super easy. Nothing on the back of your neck, nothing hanging in your face. If you're going to do it, definitely I would say give it a go. Spring, summer, get a cute pair of earrings, a nice bold lip, your mascara, honey. You are good to go. So we here are supporting you. We are saying go, Latoya, go. Go, Latoya, go. So I go ahead and do it. So here's another question while we wrap this up. Oh my God, guys, it's almost time to go. Let's get a couple of questions in. So, we're transitioning. Karen wanted to chime in and say that it's her understanding that military women were told about wearing their hair certain ways because it was for safety reasons. But I have to agree with Mama Day. If you're Caucasian and you can pull your hair back in a ponytail, and my African American textured hair is natural, I should also be able to pull it back in that same ponytail if it's long enough. So I don't know. The jury's still out. We'll do some more reading about it, and we'll get back to you. We'll give you updated, because here at Entwine Couture, the BAN's guide to all things fierce, fabulous, and fly, we also want to keep you up to date on current events and things that are affecting women, such as yourselves. So what are the top styles for spring? So in the last 3 minutes, again, Spring Fab 14 is our free shipping code. Go get some Aphrodisia 9, which is your #1. You heard us talk about the lock method here, which is going to be your leave-in, your oil, and your cream, and all of that you can do with the F3 audition kit, our original audition kit, which is going to have your leave-in, which is the Aphrodisia 9, your oil, which is the 100% raw vegan argan oil, and your cream, which is going to be your Exotica Buttercream Hydrated, and then any styler of your choice to set your curls after that. So Spring Fab 14 is going to be your free shipping code. With 3 minutes left, I'm going to toss it to each of you ladies. What is your favorite hairstyle for spring, summer?
Wash and go.
And tell us how you do a wash and go. Just really quickly, if there's somebody out there who really doesn't know what that is, what's a wash and go?
Wash and go is basically just, you can you can wash your hair with shampoo, or you can do it with conditioner. That's called cold washing. Go ahead and condition your hair. Come out the shower. I like to do the lock method to seal in that moisture, which that's using your leave-in, your oil, and your cream. And then go ahead and apply the styler afterwards and just go. It takes a regimen in order for you to, it's going to take a while for you to establish your regimen, but once you get your regimen down packed, trust me, it doesn't take as long. And now that my hair is longer, it's, for some reason, it's just faster for me just to go ahead and do a wash and go.
And Latoya out there, this is a big chop. I cut my hair. It's really not a big chop. I just cut my hair. I've been natural for years. So I wasn't transitioning. I just wanted to do something different. Again, I'm dating, right? New me, new do. I just wanted to cut my hair. But this is a wash and go. And this takes 2 seconds because I literally just kind of I just take a scoop and I really just literally shingle it and finger it through. And then maybe when it's 80% dry, I just run a blow dryer like this. Just because the creme jelly styler is white, I just want to make sure that it's totally absorbed into the hair before I go out. So you are in the optimum condition, honey. Go ahead and do a big chop. Use your steamer. Go ahead and get your Aphrodisia 9 and go ahead and embrace these curls. Love them, love them, love them. Mama Day, what's your favorite style?
So I have hair in the front that has no curl definition. So I can't do the wash and go. It don't work for me. I'm trying and it's a struggle.com. I can get everything else from wash and go to look perfect. So 9 out of 10, I am a 2-strand twist and a twist out. I like to twist out. Like I will literally twist my hair that night, twist it out, and because I use the cream jelly styler, that cream de la mode together, it lasts a week for me, and I'm happy. If my hair is moisturized, I do the LCO, which is leave-in cream and oil, so that because I'm high porosity, I don't get that humidity kicking in my hair and I losing that moisture. And I'll probably every other night, I'll retwist it like after the third night, and that's just because unfortunately high porosity hair, that frizz will eventually catch you, so I have to spray it down with some water and aphrodisiac, and then I take the oil and put it on and then just go about it. So that's what I like to rock. Twist outs.
Cool. So there you have it. You have a slew of options, from a twist out to wearing your twist for a couple of days and then letting them out. So now you have a whole week of styles: 3 days twisted, 3 days out. You can do a wash and go, which is what Fabulous Beauty Queen and I are doing. If your hair is a really good length with your wash and go, you can put that wash and go up in a bun, or take one of those stretchies and kind of pull it up. You can get another 2 or 3 days out of that, like Mama Day's wearing her hair right now. You can use your creme de la mode to just slick back the edges. Put on a lovely headband, a nice fabric scarf. You're good to go, ladies. So here on the VAN's Guide to All Things Fierce, Fabulous, and Fly, we're going to keep you looking fierce, fabulous, and fly all spring, summer long. Do not forget to stay tuned with us for more things coming up. Scandalous Behavior, I know, is going to be our next Google chat, and you do not want to miss it, because we are talking dating, we are talking sex, and a whole lot of other things in the city. We are going to wrap up last season of Scandal, and we're going to talk about that much heated debate about race and interracial dating and the side mistress and the side chick and the wife and all of these things. It is going to be a show that you do not want to miss. So again, Spring Fab 14 is the free shipping code. So go ahead and get the F3 audition kit, which is going to include Aphrodisia 9, or our original audition kit that's going to have our basic top 6 products without the Aphrodisia 9, but you want to go ahead and get a full size of this, because if you are experiencing dryness, the lock method is definitely a way to do it. So you need your leave-in, your oil, and your cream. All of that is right here, and with free shipping, you guys, you cannot go wrong. Definitely thank you to Ken Burkeen for joining us, and definitely check out Beautiful for all the information that he mentioned if you need to review it, and definitely get a steamer. And until next time, Fabulous Beauty Queen, it has been a pleasure. Please come back and sit with us again.
Thank you. It's been a privilege and an honor.
Tell us how to be married for 20 years. Oh my gosh. And
20
Mama,
years.
20 years. Congratulations to you.
Thank
you. It is always good to see you, darling. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So the next show is going to be the 28th. So definitely check back with us. And until next time, guys, stay fierce, fabulous, and fly. I am Brittany Oniki, your host. You can catch me on social media at Makeup by Muse. Definitely follow me and continue to use the hashtags Black Beauty Images and Bring Back Our Girls. Until next time, stay fierce, fabulous, and fly. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.